of the budgeting rules and other rules that you've broken and laws that you've broken. Anyone interested in co-signing that letter with me is more than welcome to. I'm actually glad to see that the supervisor Zeit is not running for supervisor again, because you've shown poor leadership, and to me, you're not a man of your word. I'm very disturbed to see that Nelson is running for trustee. Both of you have been involved in secret meetings of all sorts, discussing things from pet shelters to fire engines. Again, another Open Meetings Act violation. Mr. Nelson is gone for 3 months of the year, making it difficult for him to be a trustee, and is a newcomer, relative newcomer to the township, and he is ignoring the long-term residents' needs and wants. As the pseudo chair of the Planning Commission, another violation, he's ignored the #1 item from a survey that was done for the Planning Commission, and that specifically was taxes are too high, we need to lower them. Rather than addressing that, he's pushed for more stuff, as several of my neighbors have suggested. If you want to reduce your taxes and restore common sense, I suggest you vote for Lance Clebeau for trustee. And I also suggest you vote no for all the millages that are on the ballot this coming August. I'm not going to stick around and watch the continued mockery of proper governance that's scheduled for this meeting, but know that the state's watching with great interest, and once again, you've been warned.
Thank you for your comment. Do we have any other public comment? Public comment is closed at 5:07. Next is approval of meeting agenda.
These two items are actually on the agenda, but I forgot. Woke me up in the middle of the night, but I forgot the dollar amount to add to Fisher Gas 9H, so I got the letter. And then I looked at it and I actually did write it on there, but the letter for Fisher LP Gas goes with number 9H. And when we do the motion, I'll do that. And the lights, she was gonna email me, but she didn't email me until Wednesday. They are number 8C, the flagpole lights and poles. So that's where those go. And I'd also like to add number 9I, more mechanical, because they came out and serviced our air conditioners on Friday. And the one at Bendon requires a 5-inch filter. And they have to go back, he had to go back, and he brought it back today. And she said she'd get me the invoice as soon as he got that finished. So I'd like to add to 9H so that we can approve paying more mechanical instead of them waiting till next month.
Didn't the contract, his service contract include filters?
Up to 1 inch. Yeah. So it's a 5-inch filter. It's over a Benton. So does anybody else have anything to add? I'll make a motion if they don't. Okay. I move to approve the meeting agenda and add handouts to number 8C and 9H, and add to the agenda number 9I, more mechanical.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Approval of consent agenda.
I move the Inland Board approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second. Any discussion? You take roll call, please, Rose.
Wilson?
Yes.
Or absent, Zelinski?
Yes.
Ward, yes, Sykes?
Yes. Motion carries. Previous minutes. Everything looked right to me except you was slid like way over.
Yeah, I try to fix that and it just keeps doing that.
I move the Inland Board approve the June 8th, 2026 draft minutes as presented.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Unpaid bills.
Got the total on that.
Well, I would like to say, I feel like we should pay him just to be done with him. But, the parks and the cemetery there was never a complete job ever done on them. Somehow. So, I mean, we should pay him because how do you negotiate half payment for half the job performed? Unless anybody else objects to that.
I agree with what you said. I also, like you said, pay them and be done. I'll go sit here in limbo. Move to approve checks, unpaid bills number 16067 through 16085, totaling 44,189.24.
I'll second.
Any discussion? You take a roll call, please.
Nelson,
Yes.
Miller absent. Kaminsky,
Yes.
Worth, yes, Sights.
Yes. Carries. Does anybody have any questions on the financial report?
No.
Unfinished business, manner, stairs and policies, appendix A.
Yeah, on the budget policy and process meeting. That's our first one.
Yes.
Okay. I just had a question for thought. Because on page 3, third paragraph down, it says at the end of the first sentence, 20%, and then it spells it out. And I know sometimes we've used the percentage symbol. Should we include both? Or it's just a really a typographical thing. Should we include both or use, make it standard, try throughout or something? It was just something that hit me. Not important, really. It should be the first one you had there. Oh, in your packet, not in that.
That's what I brought. I had notes in this one too, though.
As far as like percentage, then
I think she's.
And just a question as well. GAP, G-A-A-P, and GASP, G-A-S-B, are they not the same thing? No? Thought they were, had something to do with general accounting principle.
They do. They both have something to do with it, but they have different.
we want to add a percentage or no?
Or just keep it, I mean, it's fine, it was just,
Okay. I think we keep it as it is.
it's just an observation.
Okay.
Are we going to approve each of these as we go along then, so I can know what to?
Yeah, we can if we don't have any changes.
If there's no changes, I mean, if everyone's read through it, I think the intent of this one was this was a first reading, so take a look at it, then possibly put it on the agenda for next month, but everyone's read through it over the weekend and whatnot.
Well, I might not agree to 20%. That's the only thing. So, because I'm trying to keep funds out of the general fund balance for a couple of reasons. It makes the least amount of interest, like if we move it to I've been moving it to the money market checking account where it gets a higher interest rate. And then also because I have to have a place to maintain, ACH transfers for payroll for other places. And so I don't want a lot of money in the general fund because that puts more money at risk. So if I let that one be the account that the ACHs come and go for automatic payments.
Could we have like a
So I think we should lower it to 10%.
10 to 20%?
I
So that
think
if
we're
you
talking
happen
about two
to
different
over-
things.
Yeah,
So
cause
this is talking about the balance of the general fund. So you have an amount that is at least 20%
Right.
greater than expenses. Where it's put, that's
Doesn't
not
matter.
addressed here.
Okay.
right,
You can invest it wherever you want or
Where's that address?
put it on
at?
your mattress or whatever. It just says you need it.
Oh,
So
I was thinking, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
You can have wherever, maintain with people.
And it's just an ask thing, when we do these, can we put on the back or the front page, adopted on this date? So that they're all uniform and we can.
does anybody wanna make a motion, or we'd wanna have this on next month's final draft?
I mean, there's no sense of urgency.
Okay,
So
okay. System access,
This was just talking about our BSNA program.
I think we kinda went through minor changes, so that looked good to me.
I have a question, so it's not a request to change or anything. The first bullet point under policies, procedures, the last sentence begins with, once access has been approved, who approves?
The board, when we hire somebody.
So should it say that?
This is my opinion. Automatically, when a new supervisor is put in place, he gets access to general ledger and tax, and the clerk gets access to everything, and so does the treasurer. And the trustees do not, and then our deputies are assigned that under us. I think that's what.
In the past,
Okay.
whenever we've hired a deputy or somebody, like when we hired Lindsay, even we got board approval for those. And I, yeah.
So, I mean, we can put that in there,
I was just curious.
and that's what this is for.
Because I didn't see anywhere in the document where it says who approves.
I would just add, it's just say once access has been approved by the board.
Who's doing this one? Who wrote this one?
This one was, we went over last meeting
did.
with very few changes,
I
so
didn't write
nobody
this one.
rewrote it, it was
Oh.
as is from the last board meeting.
Okay, so once access has been approved, this will be provided to the outsourced IT provider who will grant the approved permissions. And what is it you want to follow there?
Say once access has been approved by the board, comma, this will just
By.
add by the board.
The board, comma. This will be provided to the outsourced provider who will grant the approved access. Okay,
This covers that.
No other changes on that one?
Didn't really want to take out the strong and complex password. I guess that's
Well,
subject to
yeah,
everybody's
that's in-
opinion.
That's in, that's weird.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's on here, it's on this page too,
And don't use the same
for
password.
BSNA.
Yeah,
Passwords will be strong and complex and will be changed regularly in accordance with the township's password policies.
Yeah, but it, yeah, with it saying that township's password policy, so. we'll get to that. Should- This is conflicts of interest.
Mr. Chair, if we're good with the financial access, do we want to make a motion to approve it? Or do we want to do bell swoop next month?
financial access, we have to make a change on it.
Yeah,
So-
good.
Okay,
Go ahead and make
Fair
changes
enough.
on all of them, and then, we can add the approved date on the bottom of it, so they're all uniform, and
Okay.
and we can make sure we know when they were approved. Instead of from 2012.
Did anybody have any changes after reading through conflicts of interest?
Again, more of a question on conflict and interest. The very last paragraph, annual statement. I just wonder who collects it and are they retained? So it says that annually we should sign a statement. I just wondered who does
Which is
that?
back here.
Yeah, but, so who's responsible for sending this out and every year annually and having all employees, including officials, sign it, and where is it retained?
I think that would be probably payroll.
For conflict
I guess
of
I-
interest?
Well,
Well, here's the thing, we really should have a policy book, we talked about this before, or, I mean, a separate personnel handbook that talks about things. Also, our current policy book states that we will do annual reviews of all employees. And the three people assigned currently to do that are the
1, 2,
clerk,
3.
the supervisor, and the treasurer. Because they're the ones who work with employees, the trustees really don't. So every year annually before the budget, I've said this every year since I've been here, before we do the budget, we should be doing reviews. And so that, so discipline things and that. It should be like the three of us doing all of that together, I believe.
My point on this is that if this is important enough for us to adopt, that a statement should be gathered annually from all employees, whatnot. Who's gonna do that and where does that?
Who's gonna do it,
File.
and who's gonna
Right.
keep it, and
Yeah.
make sure that it's done every
I
year.
mean, it's just, says it needs to be done.
Also says we should refer to the personnel handbook, which we don't have, so we
record
might want to
keeper.
start there too.
I think the clerk, because she's the record keeper.
So
I
should
would
we
agree.
state that in the policy?
I would think so.
Yeah.
And where would we want to,
I think it just follows that sentence that ends with, comply with the policy. Just something that says the clerk is responsible for obtaining the forms and retaining. Something to that effect. Yeah.
I'll read it back to you now, who's responsible for,
I guess my question is, why do we even need that? Because we all send in letters to the auditor, because he asked that same question.
Right.
They did the MTA
and
thing,
we're
that
the
says
only,
we won't do that.
we're the only 5 that are going to have a conflict of interest in something when it comes to the board. It's not any of the employees. This is my
Right.
opinion, it's not any of the employees. So if we sign this when we come on board, then when a new one of us comes on, that's when they sign it.
Right.
And the other one is disposed of. Yeah,
But the opening does state employees and officials.
right.
So
So we can
Well-
always take employees off. Well, no, because we're the only ones that make a decision that would have a conflict of interest. Our
Well,
deputies have no
no,
say.
your directors could too, like Dayton could.
Like
Zoning,
Dayton,
zoning administrator,
but they don't make a decision.
planning commission.
They
I
put in
I guess what I'm
recommendation.
thinking, I guess what I'm thinking is that they're talking about the lawn companies.
But none
If
of them
Mike was
are,
gonna do lawns, then Therese would.
but none of them
still-
are making a decision 100% on their own. So even Dayton
Right.
comes to us, we have to approve it at
Right.
that point. So Mike makes a recommendation to the planning commission, they have to approve it, that it comes to the board. So
So maybe the board and the planning commission would be the ones to sign this. Well, the planning commission are employees. They're appointed employees.
So you want to have all firefighters, the cleaning lady, everybody sign,
No.
a statement
I think so.
of conflict?
If there's a conflict of interest, maybe they have a conflict of interest with one of us. Somebody has a conflict of interest with Ted. Well, I don't fess up to it. That means the responsibility would also be on the person that may have a conflict of interest with me. Perhaps it's a firefighter or some other employee.
But I don't think that it's talking about a conflict of interest with person to person. This is my opinion that it is saying that it's a conflict of interest with people we hire.
That's the law, so you can't, a conflict of interest with the law
Right.
of that is if you or your family will financially benefit from
Right.
your decision or your vote.
That's where I'm taking this conflict of interest. Am I taking it different than?
No, that's how I take it too, so maybe it needs to be spelled out somewhere, maybe that's the problem.
Well, I think the definitions may spell out some of what we're asking.
Right.
I mean, it's more than just financial.
Right. But I guess where I was
Well, I mean, it says township employees and officials must therefore avoid conduct which is in violation of the public trust or which creates a justifiable impression among the public that such trust is being violated.
it says, conflict of interest is where there exists a situation whenever a person misuses or gives the appearance of misusing a position of public trust for private benefit or personal advantage. And I
Is where there.
don't see the firefighters in that way, that they are going to benefit by a decision to come to work and fight a fire. I take it as more of the board and the planning commission, the people we appoint are the ones who have that situation.
Well, it says right here, the related party transaction. Okay, I think everybody should read this one more. Make a decision on it.
Because even the fire chief, when he hires people, he doesn't hire them until after we've approved them. So if he wanted to hire his brother, we would really look into that real good before we go, maybe not, but it's just those are my opinions and.
Yeah, I don't know that there's any harm done
No.
in asking our employees to sign it.
Right.
My question was, who's gonna obtain and
who's
then
gonna-
retain it?
right.
That was,
The clerk shall be responsible for,
I personally don't know that it needs to be done every year. I guess that's my concern, because I know, it's because here's what I see likely happening. We can't, unless somebody did actual evaluations and did them during that process, but we can't evaluate each other. Anyway, so, I feel like why can't we do it where it's done when somebody's hired?
Yeah.
And not, again, and kept in their personnel file.
and that's where I
And
put,
why does it have to be done annually?
clerk shall be responsible for issuing the statement at time of hire, and we can take out that annual portion. We can just put, well, I don't know what we call it if it's an annual statement.
And again, these were written originally by manner, which I think did a great job, but they did these for a corporation that has 500 employees,
Yeah.
I think, you know?
So-
Not for a
Well,
little
some
township
are-
without a lot of, time, without a full-time office administrator, without somebody to do the things that aren't statutory duties. You know, we don't have that. So
we
I
can-
don't see, I mean, I'll tell you, it's a pain some every 2 weeks to gather, pay stubs. So, and that people are benefiting greatly from that. So why wouldn't somebody want to turn in their timesheet? But you have to go digging. It's been a pain when I send out an email to everybody on the board and other people pertaining that were listed in a FOIA to ask to please respond to, I would like a yes or no, because I think this is gonna end up in court and I'd like to have all the documentation lined up. I'm now gonna be chasing down several people to get that. So that's my concern, because that's time-consuming, busy work to me that we don't have people here to do. So if you wanna take it on, come on. I mean, that's really what, that's
That was
my
my
feelings.
original question. Who,
How about we change this? Each employee / elected official shall sign a statement at time of hire / elected,
Right. If you trust them when you hire them, you should be able to trust them a year later.
which affirms they've received a copy of this thing here, read and understand it, and agree to comply with it. And the clerk shall be responsible for maintaining the record.
I'm happy to maintain it along with the direct deposits and things too, because I am maintaining them. I don't care, I just, as long as it's done once and all.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay,
Well, you can.
should I do say clerk or clerk
Well, they have to
slash-
come see me to get the direct deposit forms and all that, so we might as well do that at the same time with that.
That's true. How about we put payroll person?
There you go, that works.
Okay, so let's not call it an annual statement, we need to call it a different title for that header. Just,
Call it a hire statement.
New hire statement, employee statement? Employee statement?
Employee statement.
there you go. Call it the new employee / official
There you go.
statement.
Any other changes on that one?
Nope.
Fraud risk management.
I do under the first paragraph under definitions. If it makes sense to you guys. False representation or intentional concealment of a material fact for the purpose of inducing another to act or upon it to his or her injury. To act or upon it.
What are you saying, you don't like that wording?
It doesn't make sense to act or upon it. Should or be in there? Shouldn't it say to act upon it to his or her injury?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I misread it, but just
Yeah, I think that's right.
to act, okay,
Yep.
that was all I had.
Anybody else have anything? Password policy. as they call it.
I have a couple questions. Do we want to include what IT means in this? We
For
have-
Mary?
We have found that not everyone knows what IT means. And it's okay if,
No, if
so
people don't know, they
should we
don't know.
include that in it as, is in the definition? or in
Inland
parentheses,
Township.
when we go IT, go
At least the first
just
time
the
it's
first
used.
time.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. And then under passwords, do you want to say anything about special characters? Are we allowed to use special characters? Because it says must include a combination of uppercase, lowercase, letters, and numbers. Okay, I might be taking it too literally. But somebody might say something, I was trying
Cause I
to.
know like last meeting, we took out any, in special characters.
No.
Did.
So
Or special character. Okay, we did take it out, okay.
So,
Wait,
and we left that.
Passwords,
of
the
that in.
first bullet point under passwords and maintenance, creation and maintenance. Okay,
I guess I
That's
didn't
kinda
realize
what-
we took that out, but it's okay.
that's fine. I remember now.
Yeah.
I was just reading through it. And then under password resets, is an account lockout policy, has this been set up by our IT people already?
No,
Or so we would need to have them do that?
Yeah,
Okay. That was my question.
anything else on that one?
yeah, I mean, it's not really a big deal. I'm sure it won't happen that often for that, but if we go to the cloud format, do we even need that?
I don't know.
Because we won't need a server then, unless we wanna have one anyway for email. Right, we can leave it. Stop.
Cash handling process.
Made all the corrections on that. Hopefully.
So, on this one, I have a question on step 2. So step 1 clearly calls out the treasurer and the deputy treasurer. Step 3 clearly calls out treasurer and deputy treasurer. Step 2, in the second middle paragraph there, let's see, actually, it's the first sentence. It says treasurer, deputy treasurer, or another staff member or elected official acting as backup. So,
The treasurer has the right, and only the treasurer has the right, to assign, if I wanted to say, I can't be here on tax day, cause by law, somebody has to be there, I could say Rose could collect cash on that day. I
Okay.
could also say she could help collect cash on any day that I authorize her to do so.
okay, so, so that's why I asked that. So I think we need to add another sentence in there that gives a little bit more clarity to the backup personnel. So that it would follow that first sentence, just to make sure that it protects you on this. That way, whomever you give that authority to, if you just gave it to me, doesn't act outside of this, your statutory responsibility. So this, I believe, if we want to leave it in there that you can appoint someone else, the treasurer can appoint someone else outside of the deputy. My first recommendation was to strike the backup. But if we feel the backup is necessary, then I think that we should have some language in there that gives you a little bit of cover, if you will, or safeguard. That person, whomever is given the blessing to be backup, cannot go outside, or it does not assume your statutory responsibility. Because I might think that I can, if it was given to me.
Oh, this can't say or township board here, this can't, can I write on here? This
Right,
shall
yeah.
be approved by the treasurer. The treasurer
Treasurer's
is
the
the
only
only
one
one
who
that
can
can
do
give
that.
that permission.
Right.
May assist.
So we can,
This should say approval and direction. 'Cause do not assume the treasurer's statutory responsibility. Whatever, I don't.
well, we got,
My intent is to provide some safeguard to the treasurer's position. Because someone could be appointed, you appoint Ted to be the backup, and then suddenly I think I'm the treasurer and I have these statutory responsibilities, which I don't. They're very limited in what should be only that they accept and receive.
I think it would be good to add it.
So
I think maybe, we should let our treasurer mull over that and, because I think there's a few things that I was hearing her want to make changes to that sentence of yours, so let her think about that. We can make changes to it next month, or
sounds good.
is that,
Yeah,
that's
sounds
is that
good.
good with you, Therese?
Mhm.
Okay.
Because I like the fact that it, kind of tells the backup person is not
Right.
Yeah.
a deputy,
There's some
That needs to-
guardrails.
not a deputy treasurer.
Right, I just think that the wording is, yeah, there's something I have to
Yeah.
think about that.
So you can send it to me and I'll put it in there on our, because I have it on our.
Okay, well, we can
Treasurer
talk
share.
about it more later too.
And that's all I had on the cash handling, just that backup person that was there in step 2, but not 1 or 3.
Okay. Did anybody else have anything on that? Bank reconciliation process. Does anybody have any changes they want to make on that?
All investments are not available to the clerk, and it's just the nature of some of the accounts won't allow 2 different people to be there, so.
I don't think, clerk is-
It says all bank and investment statements are available electronically to the clerk and treasurer.
what paragraph you on?
Step 1. They are, I mean, they are available electronically because I immediately been uploading them up into BSNA, so it is a form of electronically, so I guess that's fine.
What are you in?
I'm on the bank reconciliation process.
Oh, you are. Oh, we've only changed it twice.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That works.
Well, they would be available to me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was,
Electronically, if
well,
you
I know,
sent
I was
them to
thinking
me.
from the bank, yes.
Yeah, I
and
can-
I
I see where
upload
you're
them
going, yeah.
electronically, so that's the same, so it works. I was just thinking that through again.
Everybody's good on that one?
I was just looking for one thing that. Yeah, I'm good.
Fund balance classification and best practices.
This is where I saw that 20% that we were talking about on that first, one we did.
Okay.
Is it referring to that? Or is this just if the fund balance drops below 20%? Or is greater, so it's on the back page under general fund balance. The second and third paragraph. It's not referring to this one, is it?
I believe they're one and the same.
Because if it is, should we reference that in there
No.
to see also proposed budget policy and meeting process? Because it references that in here?
No, I think it's just automatically assumed.
For further, okay.
But your point's earlier is well made, though. Percent was spelled out in the previous process, whereas here it's the symbol.
Right.
So that's a good point.
So do we want to take the symbols out of here and spell it out then? Just so it's,
She's just been consistent.
It was,
Yeah.
you know,
so
people,
let's take out
Pick
the,
one.
I think take out the percentage signs and actually spell out percent on all of them.
You do? I like the percent signs.
We didn't do it. on
personally
the
I
other
do
one.
too, but
I get, yeah, I prefer to see the percent lines. I mean, really, when you're looking at the numbers all
there's
day,
no reason
I
we
like
can't
the
include
percent,
both.
yeah.
Go percent.
I guess Did we say take it out on the first
No,
page?
We said leave it as spelled out person.
I don't know what that was either. Can we do both the first time and then just switch to the percent thing and just kind of like you saying, spell out IT the first time? And then
Yeah.
just write IT, can we do it like that?
I mean, it's probably not that big a deal,
Yeah, it's not.
but
Tomato or tomato.
Right, just so we have some consistency.
So let's do that. Put both the word and the percent symbol on the first time, and then we'll just go with percent symbols after that. First time you see it in the book. Make sense?
Yep.
It's like IT, like you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, we're done.
No other changes, questions? Rose, you'll make the changes and
I,
bring them all back.
who wrote these? I didn't write these.
I wrote this one, I can make the changes on this one, I'll allow
I
them.
mean, if you send me Word documents to make the changes, I can.
Okay.
Do you have Adobe where you can edit
That
PDFs?
seems to
do
screw
not
things up though, and
want
it takes
to-
like
How do you
themselves
hate
and
that
separates it.
Because I don't use it
I
enough
have
to
no
remember it.
problem using it. I use it freely.
Okay.
No, I'm not volunteering.
Okay, I'll
But I can
send,
show
I'll send
Rose how
it
to
to you
use
then.
it.
I'll send that to you.
Okay, yeah, just send them in Word docs and I can make the changes
Well,
for
you
us
can
all.
convert it in Adobe to a Word doc.
I've-
It sometimes loses a lot of formatting though.
I know, and then I have more work to do.
Sometimes.
Okay, we're gonna move on to capital improvement plan for planning commission, second draft.
Yeah, so last month, the board saw the capital improvement plan that the planning commission had put forth. For the first reading of it, there was a recommendation from the board to add office space and facilities review. So that has been added in here. I cited where the section it is in there, so. If everyone's good with the capital improvement plan, my recommendation would be to bring it back for approval at the August 10th meeting.
Well, we can approve it now, right?
Well, we could do that too.
But then you've got to bring it back to us. No, we don't. We approved it the way it's written.
Yeah.
Yeah, I added the information the board asked me to add in from the last board meeting.
Yeah. I didn't have any changes with that.
I did have a comment from someone and I also had a question. Peggy really likes this, what you've done for the parks. She just wanted me to let you guys know that. She appreciated that. And on page 5, under cemeteries, you have hazard tree removal, as the removal of dead and diseased trees. We also should put in there trees that are impeding on into the lots, popping up headstones, and because some of those trees are starting to get big and they are popping up headstones and they do need to be removed, so.
Well, that falls under hazardous tree removal. It's hazardous to
Well, I
the
know,
life
but
of
the description didn't
grave.
say that, so I didn't know if it needed to be in the description, or we,
I think it gives you the latitude.
okay, I'm good.
One other thing, just, well, I don't know if that's even on here, but there were a few comments on social media regarding the pavilion not being straight and looking secure at the Lamb Road Park.
Oh, Lamro?
So I don't know if we want to bring, Mike and I went out there and re-looked at it and he didn't think that there was a problem, but there is quite a few not so kind comments about it. So just thought maybe somebody should go look at that has building knowledge.
Yeah, that's kind of the value of the capital improvement plan. It starts to spark these conversations of cemeteries and trees and parks and buildings, pavilions and stuff like that. And I'll share with the planning commission Peggy's words.
We've often talked about it, we just never followed through on it. That's usually the problem.
Does anybody want to make a motion or move this to the next month's meeting? I don't think we have any changes, so.
I move the Inland Board approve the Planning Commission's Capital Improvement Plan 2026 through 2030 with the addition of office space and facilities planning language.
I'll second.
Has this been approved by the planning commission?
Yes, Planning
Alright.
Commission approved and sent it to the board, yes. Yeah, good question.
Any other questions? It's roll call or?
Yes, it is.
Okay, take roll call, please.
Nelson,
Yes.
Miller, absent, Zelinski,
Yes.
Worth, yes, Sights.
Yes. Motion carries. Next is flagpole lights and poles.
The flagpoles are for Benton and Raymond, so I guess the flagpole at Benton is kind of. It was suggested we would add one to Lamb Road. We have one at all of our facilities, all of our places. And that's this right here. And yeah, the price has gone up a bit, and he will put it in. He
First
installs
price.
it.
This is installed price
It includes the installed price.
for staff.
Are these, just because we
They're
have
the
to
same
ask,
ones.
are these the only people that install flagpoles? Because, or do we need other bids?
They're the only people in our area. I mean, we could do it, so we could install it ourselves, but who's very hired to install
Well,
it?
I don't, I'm
I know.
just simply asking, would there attempt to do at least 3 bids? Because we can't, we're gonna ask some things and not others.
There's,
I don't know if anybody.
I don't know
else
if
in the
anyone
area.
anyone local who could do that. So, I mean, we can. See.
The flagpole installation, so we don't have to postpone it. Because then you could say, yes, I did check, there's no other vendors around that does it, you know what I mean, and then that's fine. Well, you have to check.
While you talk about lights, and they will give us a discount on the lights. She didn't
Lights,
say how much.
I'll start that. I 100% believe, and that's just my opinion, that we will, it might be a little bit more expensive out the gate, but maybe not, because this one's $585. I think any ones that we can, we hardwire. And because then any of these are subject to, especially like at the park and other places, I would think more likely for breakage, more parts, more the solar panel thing. I think that we're not that far away from like the pavilion at the park for power to that pole. I believe there's power, I'm not positive, but if I remember right, I did try to see, it started raining while I was there hard, so if there's power at the cemetery, but like if you're gonna put one bend in, clearly there's flagpoles just a few feet away from the sign out there, so it's right near a power source, so it just would make sense to get an electrical bid, see what it would cost to hardwire lights where we can.
Do you want to do that?
I'll do that.
Because I know normally it's pretty pricey per foot, and then if we don't have a meter close, you'd have to get with consumers, get a meter, power pole, all those things. You're saying if we have electricity at the park or wherever it is already
Right,
to do that?
Right,
Okay.
should we be able to do that easily?
We can do that.
Don't you think that that would be wiser?
I mean, I also
So
think
then we're gonna have to go somewhere, we'll have to find.
I think solar's the wise way to go.
I do too. I think we're prolonging the complaints from people of the.
Nobody's
the
complaining
flags
about
not
the
being
flag
lit.
lights.
There are some people that did.
whatever.
So,
I'm just
I
one
mean, if
person,
that's
I'm
something you
just
wanna
saying.
investigate, then yeah. We'd have to find lights, we'd have to get the lights that you could hardwire in.
Well, I thought that's what we said last month we were gonna do, was get pricing for all of this from the one place.
This is the place that they recommended was Pole Pals. Because getting lights locally from Blaine's or Menards or any of those places was, cost just as much.
And do these prices include them installing these?
No, we install them ourselves. She did not say what type of discount she would give us.
do we wanna move my lights to next month, or do we
Well,
want?
you guys don't want to, that's fine. I'm just one person sitting here waiting for you guys to make a motion.
Well, we'd have, gotta choose which type.
I don't know a lot about these type of lights, so I'm not gonna be a great pick for them, I can tell you that.
LEDs. So yeah, we can buy flagpoles just about anywhere locally, but none of them install. Roy's General Store, Home Depot, Ace, Max Bauer, Menards, Nugent, Harbor Freight, and Lowe's. They all carry, but there's not showing a supplier other than they supply, unless someone else knows something.
Does anybody wanna make a motion on this?
So it sounds like we would need two motions, right? One for the flag poles
Yeah.
with this vendor, and then a separate motion for the lights. I move the Inland Board approve Bay Supply and Marketing Incorporated's estimate of two 20-foot aluminum flag poles with standard accessories and installation for $2,400.
I'll second.
Really believe we should get quotes, but well, I didn't know. It was $400. I think we got the 6, 2,200. That was. what inflation hit.
Right.
So. Good with whatever you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other discussion?
You made a motion, you gotta vote.
Okay. You take roll call, please, Rose.
Zelinski,
No.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Worth, yes, Nelson.
Yes.
You wanna wait on the lights and see if we can get hardwired? Would Cherry,
Again, I'm busy.
would Cherryland would be the person to do it, or
You gotta call a private contractor,
you have to have a private contractor?
unless you're setting, like, they run the high volt to your meter. And then from your meter, then the private contractor would go and hook it up to your light.
So where would we, like, for this one that has electricity near it, would we go attach it to the one that, the thing that's by our sign there?
Probably,
Well, I'm just trying to understand how we would.
yeah, they would go probably, well, it all depends if there's enough power to that. It might only be enough power to power the sign, I don't know. They'd have to check all that stuff out
Okay, and then
and
for,
calc it.
for like the park, we'd probably have to make that bigger, but for the cemeteries that don't have electricity, we would need to have a power pole put out there.
if you went with that, or you would do
No,
this, but I
Just do the
think,
solar ones where there's not already power available.
Okay, so you're talking Bendon here and Inland Park would have electricity. You'd want to look for electricity. Correct?
That's what I said.
I was just verifying.
Wherever it was available to do.
Those three places, Bendon, Inland, and
I don't think it's that hard to drop run a power source.
I don't know. So we can approve it for the other. Solar.
For all, somebody just needs to make a motion.
Well, and which one are we gonna look at?
Well, there are recommendations, if you wanna follow the recommendations for flagpoles, for how many lights and for the brightness and all kinds of things.
Yeah, I gave her the size of the poles. I gave her the butt diameter and the pole height and all that information that she needed to get the ones that would work with that size pole. And that size flag,
so all these were,
yes.
so we're just kind of comparing dollars then.
Not necessarily, like this is one light, and I'm pretty sure it's, the recommendations are 3 lights, isn't it?
Oh, I could double track it down. This one.
I
1, 2,
I
3.
printed it out earlier.
The fourth one down has 3 lights. If you're looking at one with
Well,
3
so does the
lights.
second one, and so does the last
And
one.
so does the second one, yeah,
Looks like,
the last one.
I mean, we should check that first, verify that.
I've just seen where they have one.
Okay,
A
let's
lot of
do
them do
more
it that way.
research and we will bring it back next month then. Good?
In our, just to be clear, because I'm a little confused. Is the board gonna looking at a contractor to wire the flagpoles that are near electricity, yes or no?
Do you wanna do that?
I
For the
wanna do whatever the board
locations.
tells me to do.
Well, I'm not
So-
opposed to doing that for those 3. It's fun.
Is it 3 or 4?
3
We
is
can go
just,
look at them all. I'll have Mike go look at them all.
it's just Lamb,
Yeah.
the Inland Park here and let me take that back, there's 4. Bendon, Inland Cemetery here, Inland Township Park.
Yeah.
There's 4.
Because if we're gonna pause for a month, we can do the due diligence, that gives us some time to do the due diligence on, is hardwiring
Right,
favorable versus solar?
yeah.
I know the flagpole. Just make sure you don't get ones that go on top because of all the bird
You don't.
poo.
Right.
If you look at green lights, there's, you can hardly see theirs even in the darkest of the night.
Where it's on top,
Yeah, they're nasty on top.
Some I've seen are okay, and yours might just.
so do we need to
Really?
make a motion for you to look into the electrical? Or just wanna do it?
Just assign it to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go to 9A, MTA Hot Topics in Gaylord.
I put Gaylord down because that's the closest place and it's 180 miles round trip. Right, but the thing is some people might take the longer route, which is more than 180 miles. But I took the in-betweens, and so 180 miles is what we get paid for,
You have to do the short.
depending on whatever 3 routes you're taking.
I'm interested in attending the Gaylord.
Okay, we'll approve it, and if we approve it, then we'll take care of that, so.
Motion then?
Yeah, please.
I move the Inland Board approve any interested township board members, planning commissioners, and zoning administrators' attendance at the MTA Hot Topics in Planning and Zoning course at the early bird rate of $100 in Gaylord, Michigan.
I'll second.
I would just, only because I know for some people who are still working in that, I don't know if we can word it in such that we would request that people go to Gaylord, but can choose other if they're unable to attend Gaylord. I mean, I'd hate for somebody not to be able to attend if they could really only attend on the 31st. I don't even know where Lawrence is, but I'm just.
Yeah, Lawrence
31st, I'm sorry.
Lawrence is a ways away.
Well, I'm just saying, like, do we, if somebody really wants to attend, would we rather them not learn something to save a few miles? Because then they can't go, that's all. And
It's
I
a
don't
fair
know.
push. The planning commission chair attended a recent MTA event in Lawrence because she was in the area. So it was convenient for her. So I think it's a fair push. Maybe we don't just constrain it to Gaylord. Maybe it's just the early bird rate or.
And
Maybe we strongly suggest to people they attend Gaylord, but if they absolutely can't, leave the option open for the others.
and we'll take the mileage off GPS. I didn't calculate
MapQuest,
Lawrence,
tell you.
because Lawrence was like, I'm not going down there.
I know, I'm just saying, I'd hate for somebody to say, oh, I can't make it that day because of some reason, and then they miss out on something they might wanna do.
Okay,
You
so,
don't think there's enough time from now till the date of
I
that?
don't know, I'm just throwing that out there.
Schedule accordingly.
Some people
sometimes we all
can't.
have to, we all have to come up with things that other people don't think about, so.
Right, yeah.
Right.
True.
You know, I wasn't thinking about that when I did it. I just was trying to
Right, I mean,
pinpoint a mileage.
I don't know, they're all on different days of the week, maybe one day, for instance, Wednesday is the zoning administrator's night in the office, and that's when he's extremely busy, so maybe he doesn't wanna miss his office day.
Right, yeah.
You know, I didn't think of that when I said that, but I just now thought of that,
Right,
cause they're all on different
right, I
days of
didn't
the
think
week.
of that either, yeah. Sure.
Right.
Any
So,
other discussion on it?
so. We can amend it or we can all vote no
Can you
and say it again. I don't
You
know.
take roll call.
Nelson,
Yes.
Zelinski,
No,
Worth, no, Sights,
No.
okay.
now we'll just
That
amend
is-
it, I make a motion that we allow any board members or planning commission members to attend the MTA Hot Topics in Planning and Zoning, requesting that they attend the Gaylord training if possible, but leaving the other two locations
And
open
the
as
zoning
well.
administrator.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh, and I said board and planning, so and the zoning administrator, yeah.
I'll second it. Any discussion on this?
No.
You take roll call when you're ready, please, Rose.
Nelson,
Still yes.
Miller's absent. Zelinski,
Yes.
Worth, yes, Sights.
Yes. Lawn maintenance.
Alrighty.
Make a motion that we hire Bob Wilkinson to do the mowing if he so chooses, but I would like to amend the contract if he's agreed and everybody else agrees as well.
Is that
That's
the,
not really my motion. Okay,
Done.
let's discuss it first and then we'll
Okay,
make the motion.
Yes. Okay,
Oh,
let's
okay.
discuss
do
it
that.
first.
Okay, I'm sorry, that is very long. Okay, so Bob has, is this the same bid proposal you put in at
Yes,
the
it is.
beginning? Okay. So my concerns are, I'll just start there. I think Bob has done a great job. We had no complaints that I'm aware of when he was doing the job. My concerns aren't personal at all. My concerns are, one, I think that our contract is not a very good contract in that the situation we just put ourselves in where we had to wait 30 days to get the problem solved. I think that if somebody quits on us, we should be able to replace them in 10 days. And I'm not saying you're gonna quit, I just think that it would be smart to change your contract now while we're aware there's a problem. And then my second concern is the end of your contract. I don't have any problem with the end of the contract, except that I would really like to see us move that up so that the contract we are seeking, and maybe that's not even necessary, maybe your contract ends with it does, but we should be seeking proposals at a time where people can see the darn parks and cemeteries, because that was part of our problem of people, and like, he didn't know what he was bidding on, clearly, he bit off more than he could chew. I think was part of the problem, but that was because there were 8 feet of snow on the ground, right? So we should be seeking bids either late fall or the new contract starting, so I think we should look at our contract right now while we have the opportunity to amend that, so that bids come out again in the, does that make sense? And also that we
And that'll
amend
be
that
something
30
that you
days.
guys do the bids like after the 4 year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do we have to go with the 4 years? Are we doing 4 years from now, or are we finishing out the term of what the 4 years were?
Finishing out the term.
Okay, so, and I don't know how that wording is, but I would just like to make that clear that somehow that we are seeking bids in that time. And also, I don't know how you feel, but like if we wanted to fire you, you wouldn't wanna have to work for us for 30 days, right? I mean, cause that seems silly. That doesn't normally work that way in a contract employee relationship. So I don't know, I'm thinking 7 to 10 days tops. What do you, am
That's
I
fine by
crazy?
me.
If you understand what I'm
So we
saying?
want to
Cut it
amend
down.
the contract that we would, if we approved Bob,
Cause it would be a whole new contract.
then we would change the, that date in there that says 30 days to 7 to 10 days in Bob's contract and move forward with every contract after that for lawn maintenance would say the same thing.
Correct, that's what I'm saying.
I'm good with 10 days.
Is that too long? I mean, it's usually, it's not a big, so my concern is like, it's not a big deal for mowing. We could survive 10 days without mowing. But if we want to be consistent in contracts going forward, quite possibly, we couldn't survive 10 days of no plowing done
Right.
without an emergency situation. So that's my concern.
I'm gonna do this. I'm going to move that we amend the lawn contract from 30 days notice to 10 days notice of termination.
But we can replace, we can hire it out. I mean, maybe the
second.
wording states that the,
Second would be
okay.
fine.
So we're gonna amend from 30
And I
days
second
to 10 days.
So maybe the wording be that gave us the power to, and I don't know what that wording would be. I'd have to think about that hard. I didn't do that. So like if we said, I'm just gonna use you because you're here, I'm sorry. So if we said, Bob, we're not happy with your performance and we're giving you 10 days notice that we're gonna replace you, right? If we decided on day 3 that there were just way too many messages, we should be able to hire and bring somebody else in.
you
To
can
an
during
emergency contract,
We're allowed,
right?
we're allowed to do
But
that
will
anyway.
that make us have to, what I don't wanna do is open the door for him to sue us like I was gonna do it that day. And so I want my money for that time too. Because he does technically have those 10 days. Does that make sense?
Didn't Courtney say we could do that without it being in the contract? Or, oh, the letter's right there. Right. Right there as
Don't
far,
say any concern with the
as-
township entering into a short-term agreement with another contractor if needed, so long as the short-term nature of the service is memorialized in writing.
so we, if that did happen, we could hire someone in
In an emergency
in writing,
situation.
yes.
And that would protect us from
You
him
may still
being
have
able
to pay
sue us.
him,
Okay,
but at that point,
do we care?
Correct.
Okay.
right,
All right, I'm good.
We don't.
I just
wanna
wanted to
have-
make sure that those dates were changed, because 30 days is way too long.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We'll have to do a roll call.
Comment?
Yeah.
So I have multiple contracts with different townships, and most of them have that 30-day clause.
That's what our attorney wrote in there too.
I bet they never thought about that though. I mean, cause I don't know how, what do you do if we're not, I mean, seriously, if the plowing wasn't getting done and we, you know what I mean, and we couldn't fire somebody, we could potentially, I mean, we have to wait 30 days to
I totally
replace them, that
understand your
seems
point.
crazy to me.
But with the 30 days,
But I
you
don't
still have the
understand.
opportunity to do what I just read.
Right,
You still
I
have
don't
to pay
understand
them.
why you wouldn't be able to hire someone to fill
Well, because
in.
I don't, me personally, cause I'm cheap, I wouldn't wanna be paying two people with only one of them doing the job. That would be my concern. So,
But sometimes in business, that's the way it works out.
well, that's,
Because I've had to do it before.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
know.
fun, but
30 days is standard, and there was nothing that stopped the township from pursuing another contractor day one.
right.
The thing that I think
To
might
avoid our lawns looking the way they do.
hurt you with that 10 days is I could quit. Give you 10 days notice, and then you're stuck trying to find someone right away.
well, I
But
get
the
that,
30
but if
days
you're gonna
is-
if you're gonna leave us cause you're angry with us or you're not happy with
I'm
something.
just saying that's an
Right.
example.
You're gonna put us in the position we were just in, where you're just not gonna do the job, right? So we're screwed either way.
Probably.
So honestly, I'd rather know right up front that we need to hire somebody in an emergency situation. And, I think that's what we should have done, is immediately hired.
Right, because we were
Somebody to come
told
in.
that they were going to continue mowing
Right.
the lawn. And so we don't have to approve this motion if we want to keep the 30 days.
Well,
and just-
I mean,
I'm just saying it's a
stating my
standard out
concern,
there.
but
But we need to vote
I
either
understand.
way because
Right. Okay.
So what's our motion?
Yeah.
Repeat the motion.
This is for
Change,
10
to amend the
days.
motion from the contract from 30 days to 10 days for termination. Nelson,
No.
Worth, no, Sights,
no.
Linsky? You can say it, it's okay, you know that.
No, I mean, honestly, I don't know. Okay, yes is my vote, but is there any reason that somebody really
fails.
wouldn't do it? If, for that, I mean,
I don't understand your question.
is there it would,
I don't know. It's
Having
even
it
what
be
our
10
attorney
days.
recommended.
I know, but look at the position it just put us in, and I thought that was horrible. Because everybody who called and complained, nobody did anything about it. So I get, have the opportunity to do that. But if we don't wanna call special meetings and we don't wanna solve the problem, then we're stuck for 30 days without addressing the problem. So that's where I say it forces us, or gives us the opportunity earlier. What I'm asking, I guess, is would you not sign a contract because we changed it to 10 days?
No, I wouldn't not sign a contract. I would say this, you should put it in your contracts, all of your maintenance contracts or things of that nature, that if they're not fulfilling their duty, that, I mean, that's how I always understood it anyway, but I guess maybe I didn't look at the legalness of it, that you're not going to pay said person, whether there's a contract or not, because I mean, you have, actually, I don't know about that one. There used to be standards within the contract that it had to be maintained at specific heights and yada, yada, yada. I don't remember if it's in this particular contract. So,
I thought it just stated that. I don't know, I never saw the contract, so I'd like to see the contract.
but I mean, if it's stated in the contract, just like plowing, if it's stated in the contract that you plow at 2 inches or 3 inches,
Yeah, so I thought that was in there. Somebody deleted it.
This, yeah, I couldn't find Premier, Chris's, but because I thought we put it in there, but I found Parker's.
Pretty sure.
They
it
say the
is.
same thing, it's just different
They
names
had
and
different
titles.
areas.
Okay, so,
but- So we need a motion
for lawn contracts, I move to approve, Bob Wilkinson's lawn mowing bid for the remainder of this season and the contract period of 2026 through 2029.
I'll second.
any discussion.
So we're gonna
Yep.
leave the wording as is.
Bob, did you have a question? I know it says 24 weeks for doggy bags,
Say again?
for the trash and the mutt mitts. You are just gonna bill us weekly for that, correct?
What's,
It says weekly trash and mutt mitt maintenance, 24 weeks for $600. So you'll just be billing us weekly for that when you do it.
right, that's all part of.
That, yeah,
That's if, so the way I set it up, I think I gave you individual amounts for all the.
yes, you're going to invoice us monthly
Okay,
because this season is 4 months already in.
screwed up.
Yep, so that's,
For this first year, are you billing us on a monthly
Yes,
basis or are
that's
you
what
building
you
us
just
per
said.
mo? No, cause
It'd have
it's,
to
we're
be-
already,
Oh, a per
we're
mo,
already in
sorry.
and he's given us a deal for
Right,
doing a monthly rate, but we're already in 4 months of the year.
right. So he's going to bill us monthly per mo. Not wait until the end of the season to bill me.
that I can't guarantee.
What he does with his invoices, Therese, is he writes down each one of these as they're listed like this and their dollar amount and how many times he mowed. And then gives the total price is what he usually
the
does.
dates.
Yes. And he includes dates on it. When he mows, right? That's not answering the question. But he's going to bill per month. Not by that last sentence you read. Where it says.
So we're going to be paying $850 a month from now till the end of this year.
No, per mow. He mows more than one time a month. No, we're not doing,
It says 12 monthly payments of $850.
We are not doing that.
But because we already missed it 4 months, are we still doing the $850 a month for the remaining
No.
8 months? Or are we going to a per most time?
So I need to make a comment here. So we are 4 months in, or
Right.
June, part of July, we're 3 months in. And also the condition of all the properties is gonna take considerably more effort to bring back to normal than
to be.
a single mowing. So, do you understand what I'm saying there?
So it has to be per mow,
it is
because you're
per,
gonna probably have to mow it twice for the first
But in
time.
order, like the park, in order to get the park, just to get mowed down, we'll have to mow it 2 or 3 times just to get it to where it's actually all
because
cut.
it's
Right,
thick and weedy.
yeah,
It's, you know,
yeah,
It's
cause
quite
first
long.
path, you'll knock down some of the weeds and then some of it will cut. Yeah, I
So-
understand what you're talking about.
Maybe
That's-
just get back in there and she can eat with it.
You can't afford that.
So I don't really know how to approach that, but it can't be just
It's
like,
essentially gonna be a spring
Technically,
cleanup.
we have to do 2
To three.
contracts. Yes, if he's gonna
It's,
do a monthly.
it's per mow.
so it's set up both ways, either per mow or
That's what I'm saying.
per month.
So
It
we
has
have
to
to
be
do the
per mow.
remainder of the year per mow, but we wanna go on to the contracted agreement of a monthly payment, right, for the $850 a month, then we would have to do 1 contract for the remainder of this year and then switch over, right? Is that, no, you don't want that? Okay, I'm just
Right.
asking.
Because what people do, I guess what I was referring to when I said billed monthly is most people will do their job, send us a bill,
Right,
an
I know.
invoice every month like Parker's does. And I forgot that Bob put this down here, and I was not referring to that last line of paid in 12 monthly payments of $850. I was not referring to that when I said billed monthly.
Oh, I know that, but I was when I was speaking. I
Yeah,
was referring to this because he says proposed discount yearly price, $10,200 paid in 12 monthly payments of $850. So that's not an option this year because of the conditions of the parks, is what you said.
right.
Right.
So is that an option for the following years going forward? That was my question. So that would be two separate contracts. One
It's
for the,
not two separate contracts.
well, or worded, yeah.
It just has to be realized that this year we're in a unique situation, that it's gonna be per mow cost. And every spring, I would expect you to say, yes, we're gonna go per mow, or we're gonna go, monthly.
Right.
Shouldn't that be worded in a contract though? I mean, to
We
me,
can put it in
technically,
there.
it should be worded in a contract in that manner, so that you know that you're getting paid per mow. We know you're getting
We
paid
can
per
amend the
mow.
contract next.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It should be spelled out in the contract. Usually, purpose of a contract.
Okay. Ready?
Any other discussion?
Nelson?
Yes.
Yes. Sights?
Yes,
Zelinski?
Yes.
motion carries. Then when can you get started? If you don't mind me
Yesterday?
asking.
Not this week, it'll be worked in next week.
Okay. Okay, good.
It's gonna be challenging, but yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about all that confusion.
This is an easy one.
Newsletter for future tax bill.
Take it off, because apparently our say doesn't matter.
Well, this way, you don't have to come and ask the board. It will just be if, you can,
I don't know what we're doing.
well, it seems to me and to Therese that coming to the board, every time we want to put something in the newsletter, like, okay, spring cleanup is going in our tax bill. Why do we have to keep coming to the board with that? That's all it is. We can do that. We don't have a problem with that.
If it doesn't cost us any money, I don't think it's an issue if you need to put something.
Well,
in the
it
newsletter.
has been an issue in the past. So in
Yeah.
the past, it was stated that I needed to have board approval before I could send out newsletters and my tax bills. And it became an issue this year because I was told the county was putting a newsletter in our tax bill. And I said, I don't think we can do that because we need board approval. And, I did not include a newsletter because I didn't feel I could tell them no and then me put a newsletter in there. And in the past, in the newsletter, I just put things like the last day taxes could be paid, what days we're open, because we have certain required days we have to be open, and things like the
And
cleanup.
I've got elections
So-
coming up that we can put in the
We can
December.
put elections, right, so, so that was the purpose with that. I wrote a newsletter that, but honestly, I don't know what that would
Okay.
do. Because,
So are we making a motion to do it or not do it?
I'm giving you the history, I'm asking, you make the decision. If you want to just trust Rose and I to make a newsletter without board approval to go into tax bills,
I mean, if it concerns anything contrary to
well,
whatever,
see, that's,
we'll
that's
let
the
you know.
whole issue, like,
But the
I
thing
mean, if
is,
you're
some-
putting facts, not opinions in it, I have no
mean-
problem.
she's
what
tacked,
facts to you or opinions to somebody else, you know what I'm saying, or could be.
I wanted to, have her at the election early voting, but I couldn't because of,
Well, and for example, and I'll just spell it out, I've already had at least 8 people
I've had people.
mad as heck that that letter went out in their tax bills. And so again, I thought I was going into an easy tax year, and once again, I'm not. Because people assume that I am telling them to vote yes on the Headley rollback, and they are not happy. So, I don't know how that managed to find its way into our tax bills, but it did. And day one, I
Some
was getting
people
calls
got
of
it and
people
some
coming in
people
here.
did not.
I haven't heard of anybody not getting
Well,
it
that
yet.
guy that was here, his friend.
Oh, yeah, one guy said he
Yeah,
didn't.
He didn't get it,
Yeah,
so.
one guy said yeah. And so two guys came in together to complain about it. One guy didn't actually get it, but he got it from his friend. Or, you know, his friend told him about it, so so that was the reason, so we talked about it. And so again, some people are saying that's an informational letter. Residents aren't seeing it that way, several. So what's the truth?
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying maybe each letter has to be approved, and so if they don't, it's sometimes hard to, because the deadline at the county is constantly changing to remember to get that done at a board meeting, so if we don't get them in, we don't get them in. Unless you give a blanket approval. Or you just say you wanna read it beforehand. I mean, it's your call.
Well, this is the board's
It's a
call.
board call.
Well, the board's called to give you
So-
that approval, or however you wanna do it.
Okay, so if somebody wants to make a motion,
When does the next tax bill go?
November 1st.
So we could include the upcoming August and November election for next year in the newsletter and when early voting would be. And we'll do that for the summer tax bill too. And Therese can add these, and we can add the hazardous waste in. Or, you know, pickup days, and our cleanup day could all go in the December bill and we can always repeat it. And that way people know, so we just need to get.
I'm gonna let you make a motion of what you wanna
All
do.
right. I make a motion that we approve the inserts of newsletter into all future tax bills with the supervisor's approval of
No.
the newsletter. Why no? Oh, wait, somebody's got to second it so she can say why.
I'll second.
Can I give the supervisor that authority alone to
Yes, we
approve?
can.
To
We give him-
approve the
we
tax
give-
bill.
It's not
I mean, not the tax
bill.
bill, to approve
And then
what
insert.
goes in the newsletter, because
We
maybe.
can approve him to go, what goes in a contract. We can't approve, trust
No,
him to.
we approved that contract as a board.
No.
No, we did not. We approved him to work with the attorney to draw up a
Yeah,
contract.
that's what we always do. We have
I would have
legal
never okayed the
counsel.
30 days, but I didn't know that was standard,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying.
Yeah, legal counsel always writes it up and then,
My memory sucks.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's what, way back when we were doing the monthly newsletters, that's what Katie said we should do, is have the supervisor.
Okay, so insert future of newsletters and future tax bills. With. You're hot and I'm freezing. With
Not that
super,
one.
with
Probably.
supervisor approval.
Okay.
Therese, would you guys approve inserts of newsletter in future tax bills with supervisor approval?
Yes, that's my motion.
Supported by the chair.
Supported by Ben. All right,
Any discussion? You take roll call, please.
certainly. Nelson,
Yes.
Miller absent, Zelinski,
Yes.
Ward, yes, Sights.
Yes, motion carries.
Just so everybody knows, the standard thing is it can only be one side of one sheet
Yeah.
of paper to go in the
There
tax
can't be a
bill,
lot in
so
there.
you can't get a tremendous amount of information in there.
Budget milestones, for quarter one amendments.
Then ask me to
So-
print the expenditure report.
Yeah,
That's what I
so that we
did.
can see what we need to do and then discuss any changes that we might need to make for the upcoming budget.
To help us prepare for the final budget. So on page 1, under 101 governing body, we have a negative balance of $828 in property liability insurance. And I don't think that really there's going to need to be a change in this because we paid our liability insurance. And then we got a new insurance company and had to pay that bill for the year. And so we should be getting a reimbursement of some sort
Yeah, it should be.
from our previous insurance agent where this negative won't be here. But with board approval, Ben and I can go ahead and do an amendment to add more money to this account just to bring it up to the positive balance that it should be in. And then when we get the reimbursement, we can go from there. And then as you'll see on page 2, there is in 101253 under treasurer, we had a line added for bank fees because the bank now charges us $50 a month. And that was not, we didn't get to that before the budget was made. So we do need to add the money into that for the remainder of the year.
May change it. Or may not do so. The
So
bank
there-
is starting to.
So if we were to do 12 times 50, you'd be
Yeah.
pretty safe.
Yeah,
Yeah, so, and you approve that, then the supervisor and I will work to amend that budget line item to make it so that for the remainder of this year, it won't be a negative balance.
we also could purchase our own machine, cause we originally signed the agreement to rent it till we've seen how we liked doing it. But I would like to keep the rental a little longer, cause the bank is looking at new options of new.
Okay.
We won't even need a machine anymore. Possibly.
So if someone wants to make a motion to approve the supervisor and I to amend those two line
What about
items.
this one?
Which one?
The 101,
What page are you on?
3, 919.
Oh, is that the?
Garbage disposal.
Yes. Now,
That we have Bob back, do we need
I
to
do
have-
have, that was going to be my question is, we did forget to ask Mr. Bob. We rented a dumpster. Yeah. We can keep the dumpster.
It's not a dumpster, it's a rolling pin, yeah.
I personally think it's pointless because, so in the real world, what happens is we throw away 5 or 6 bags in the spring when we collect everything. And then shortly, like right around Memorial Weekend, we dump them one more time. And then they might go most of the summer.
Empty.
And not empty, but they'll slowly fill and, we check it every week when we're there, or not every week, but when we're there doing work. The park is a totally different story, but the cemeteries,
Yeah.
they don't need a dumpster
Well,
or a rollaway.
I can't lift some of those bags sometimes when they filled and.
The key is to have someone looking at it
Right.
frequently,
Right,
not when it's
and we did
overflowing.
not have that, so that's why
Right.
I asked for the dumpster, and we can have that removed if that is something that we have someone to assist. Just, if you're gonna do it, fine, if you're not, just let me know.
That's been part of it all along.
Okay, I know it has been,
So
But
we'll
I
make the
do-
budget adjustment and then
We
you'll
need to-
cancel,
we need to do the amendment
GFO.
and make it,
and
yes,
then you'll cancel.
yes.
Okay.
So and those are the only 3? So, like I said,
Sure.
if you guys
So
approve
I missed one.
us making that amendment, those 3 amendments, then we can do that. That'll make up for the amendment report that I usually give every month.
Just memberships is at 99.4%. Are we done with memberships? Only
Okay.
1 quarter into the year? Memberships is right above the liability
I think
insurance.
the only one we have is the MTA membership. We don't have any other membership.
That was,
It's yearly.
Yeah. I'll have to look into that. I don't think so.
We'll keep an eye out for next quarter.
And I'll look into, I'll go back to my accounts and see. Okay. I move to approve the supervisor and clerk make amendment to the budget for the following accounts: 101, 101, 957, and we will make that for $1,000. That protects us from anything else. 101, 253, 800 bank fees. Did you say, Teresa, 12 times 50 or?
Maybe that's what we should just go ahead and do. Or,
Well,
oh wait, we're partway
we're
in
partway
here.
through.
we have
Figure
one.
out 50, how many, what do we have, one,
Should be 5.
Okay, let's just do 11. 11 times 50. And then for line number 101, 257, 919 for $150. And the money will be transferred from, I'm telling you this because this is the stuff that I write down on my thing.
don't you usually type them up and bring it back that way? Where you're taking from and putting it? So you prove it?
5, 6, 7. Yeah, I do, but since we did this
Yeah,
to,
that's
and
fine.
that's what he was talking about, was to amend the budget this time. And it'll come out of the revenue sharing account, which I don't have that
so what
number.
was the last number that you said?
I meant to say 101, 5, 6, 7, 919. To come from revenue sharing.
What's your motion?
That was my motion. Okay, I'll say it all over again.
I'll second.
Those 3 accounts and the money, I'm telling you where
From
we're
revenue
taking the money from and putting it at.
Okay.
So that way you know that.
Any discussion on that?
Nope.
Take roll call, please, Rose.
Zelinski,
Yes.
Bites,
Yes,
Worth, yes, Nelson,
Yes.
Miller absent.
motion carries. Fire Department hires Jay Lucas and Anthony Lackey.
I haven't got their, criminal background back yet. Obviously, there's no, 911 director, and the deputy director's been on vacation for the last week and a half. So when I sent them in, I haven't got anything back from her, but approval based on their passing their background check. One, they're both already trained in firefighter. One, they just went through the recent, academy.
Move to approve Jay Lucas and Anthony Lackey to the fire department.
Second.
Any discussion?
Did we want to add pending background check?
Yes. Apologies,
Yes.
pending background check.
I mean, I don't think there'll be a problem.
Yeah.
They're on Green Lake Township and they just did, Green Lake Township does one for their people,
I don't think
but
we've ever hired anybody that failed the background check.
No, but you've had some come back not good, right?
I've had some come back not good. Yeah, and recommended, and we didn't hire him.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Take roll call.
Nelson,
Yes.
Miller absent, Zelinski,
Yes.
Worth, yes, Sights.
Yes, motion carries. Does anybody want to make a motion pending the background check?
I move to approve the new firefighters pending background check.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we're gonna open the fire department apparatus sealed bids.
Man, I thought they'd be gift wrapped.
Huh?
I thought they'd be gift wrapped.
Gift.
Gift wrapped. Brown paper and tape.
Not individual thing.
So the first one we're opening is Rosenbauer.
First page, first couple pages.
And that's for a 3,000 gallon tanker pumper, SAM pumper, and the price is $817,644.
If you're done.
Yep.
I just want to get this right.
These are sealed. Second one is from Spencer. So Spencer's proposal price is $778,000, $778,732.
It said on this, it said,
Alternate bid. Alternate bid as a stock 3,000 gallon tanker.
3,000 gallon tanker.
Yeah. With standard terms, this is $5,400. Or $540,000. Sorry,
five,
540,000. That's number 8, number 3.
And what's this?
This one is for the one that's the specs like all the other ones.
Okay.
that meets the specs, when you say meets the specs, meets,
Specs requested.
and the alternate bid doesn't meet those specs?
No.
Why do you include them?
Because they throw that out there as an option. A lot of departments do it. That's a
So
stock truck.
What would be the reason that we would need a $230,000 $500 more expensive of a truck than
One
what the
is-
stock is?
One is probably engine. One.
I think you'll be able to
wait.
tell us more about it probably after you go through them this month, you and the assistant fire chief.
So we're not
Bring it back
making a
and get-
decision tonight?
No.
This is just the bid opening, and then they'll go through the fire chief, the assistant fire
Well-
chief, they'll look through them, make sure it meets the specs and everything like that.
I have, gotten some information and I don't know when would be a good time to give it to you all, that I would like to discuss in this process.
Okay.
Oh, you got another one?
No. I don't know. Oh, this must be your book.
Oh, yeah, that's my book.
Sorry, I saw it sitting there, man.
So, I wasn't sure how this was going, but Rose and I talked and I thought we were making this bid today. Here, Rose, this is for you. I have one extra, if somebody wants it, I'm sorry. So one, I'd like to start this conversation off with, like we talked about earlier here.
Can I have it?
Sure, and if anybody else wants one, I'll happily make them a copy. Anything that has a cost of over $2,000 is supposed to have, been in the papers, as Jim Brower stated there, which we did not do as far as I'm aware. So I'm gonna start there, but then also, I've been thinking about this a lot since the meeting that we had. And I had written down the moments exactly when it was said in the board minutes, but several times in the May meeting, Dayton made comments, Ted made one comment, you made a comment a couple times that we did not need a fire truck, a new fire truck at this time. And so I just wanted to see like where we really stood on what the need was versus. So this I know is in your packet and this is a little outdated. So this is from 2013, and in here it says the lifespan is about 20 years or so for a fire truck. The price is probably way under what they are today. But to my knowledge and to MTA's knowledge, there has been no rule changes, and there are absolutely, according to the long letter you can read from Catherine, the attorney at MTA, there are absolutely no requirements for the life. And to her knowledge, which I was disappointed to see not in this letter, to her knowledge, the misconceptions about our insurance is gonna go drastically up are not quite known to be true anyway. And as long as your vehicle is thoroughly inspected, because there is a wide range of difference between a 10-year-old truck for us and a 10-year-old truck for Chicago, for example, or Detroit. Clearly, that truck is out several times a day, probably never comes back to the station throughout the day and gets a break. Here we get many breaks. So my next point is, that's my first point. Do we really need to buy a new truck? So everyone's saying, yeah, we want to get on this little rotation. That's a want, and I don't think it's a necessary, and I don't even think it's a very smart decision if we look at the financial aspects of waiting. So, and I just did a rough 4% interest rate, which we could get a lot higher of if we committed to a longer term of service, and I did it for 7 years. So I put in just the amount, this is just on a plain old CD, in 7 years, and that's with everything staying currently as it is and not investing additional funds, which we would clearly be doing because we'd be taking in hopefully more millage months. But that's bringing in $361,000 in 7 years of interest, free and clear off the taxpayers' backs. That's pure interest on money we already have. So if we don't need a truck, and we have money, is not a reason to spend it, because that money could be making us a tremendous amount of more money that would be possibly
won't
paying
spend.
for. Well, no, that would possibly, then we could buy one when we needed one, and that would be, and then that would actually, leaving the money in there and making a whole bunch of interest and investing it wisely, would possibly pay for over half of the second truck that we need. So who says we can't buy 2 trucks? Maybe the truck companies are gonna give us a break if we buy 2 at once. So again, I think that to purchase a truck now because we have the money is not being fiscally responsible to the people. As everybody stated, that's the number one complaint in this building. It's the number one complaint in all the surveys, and that our tax dollars are too high. Inland Township is the highest taxed in 2024 of any township in Benzie County. We are higher than most of them, and it's right on the state of Michigan website, than most of the townships in Traverse City. So why do we wanna keep just spending money because we have it? That doesn't make any sense to me. So if we're waiting to make these bid decisions to that, I think everybody should really ought to think about their votes before that's done. That's all I got to say.
Okay. So those are the two bids.
Those are the two bids I gave you
Yep. And all
with the emails.
that
I
you sent out to people
CC'd you.
requesting bids, yeah.
emails to 6 different companies. We got 2 back that said that they didn't want to bid on it. Got 2 back that did and didn't get any comments on the other 2.
Okay.
And Teresa's right. I said, we don't need a new truck. I was given this task by the board, by the finance committee. It talked about it. So that's what I did. This is what I did.
Understand that, but the finance committee is, I don't think they're looking at other angles. I don't think they're looking at where this money could, that was the whole purpose of creating a finance department, when we decided to create a finance department, was so that the committee could look at that money and find the best way, because the board didn't want to vote to allow me to just put it in whatever investments I wanted to. So the whole idea of the finance committee was to find good, safe, legal places for us to invest our money and make the most money off of our money. That was my knowledge of it.
And
And
it,
so,
it got recommended, whatever, and then it went to the board. I did
I
what the board.
agree.
What the board
I'm
asked.
not faulting you, I'm not.
Oh, I know, and I'm just stating, that's what I was told to
Again,
do.
the fact that you
That's
have
what I did.
stated once again that we
We put
don't need a
those-
fire truck should be the end of conversation, and we should not be buying a fire truck.
With these guys.
Just kind of in general.
If
so
you had
that
a
we have
30-year
these for
shingles
retention.
on your house, and you had the money in the bank, and you're on year 15 or 20, do you replace
so we
the
have for
shingles
retention, that
at
if
that
somebody
point
asks for
because you
retention,
have the
3
money?
bids,
Or
well,
do you
we can
invest
try.
that money so that when you really do need those shingles, you can pay for them and still have some savings to go to your next round of shingles? Do you know what I'm saying? It's the closest thing that I can think of, other than my
I'm
car.
doing what
Did
the
it a while
board
ago.
instructed me to do.
I'm not arguing with you, Dayton, I'm sorry.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm stating, telling you, I'm doing what the board told me to do. That's all I can do.
That's true.
Okay,
Moving on.
moving on. Thank you. Next is cybersecurity. This is a proposal from the insurance company for cybersecurity. I don't know that much about it. My thinking is it's probably not worth having, but I don't know.
That depends.
Does it cover identity theft for employees if you lose your information on here? I mean,
Oh, yeah, I think so. Not a lot of happens. But it should, because you and I have to input certain information into the computer to give them. Cyber extortion.
that's when they steal all your files and make you pay to get them back.
Ransomware.
Right.
And that's
But
what
we
I think.
have- But we have a server, so I don't know that that's a real threat to us.
Right, that's what, cause you can go back that day or whatever it's set and get all your stuff back.
We should probably look to
Back
see how
up.
long they back them up. I know the old people, we had backed them up every night,
Right.
and I've never asked these guys.
So, yeah, it's a what if question. What if it happens? But it may never happen. So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah. Just transfer everything these days.
So that was put out for us.
Yep, so does anybody wanna make a motion or move on?
I guess I don't wanna make a motion.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it.
I don't either.
I mean, if it's something the board thinks we should pursue, I think we should take some time to do some research on it. I mean, the point's well made, it's, it's insurance, like having home insurance, you your home never catches on fire,
Right.
yet you still have home
That
insurance.
almost has bank account change today, so.
Um, So I don't have any background on this to,
Okay, so you wanna push it off till next month and research it, or
Yeah,
do we
if-
not wanna?
if we think that it's something we want to pursue, so.
With-
Yeah, I don't think there's any harm in maybe taking a month and coming back to this topic,
Okay,
do some research. I don't know how prevalent cyber crimes are in
They
municipalities,
say
they
they're growing
could be.
constantly at the, I did not read it.
cause I know the county got hacked.
Yep,
There you go.
But they didn't have cybersecurity, they just had cyber prevention type stuff, so.
and they had,
It's basically if you don't update your equipment, then you're taking a chance.
passwords.
Right, but if you do that, then you're,
So the treasurers had, a meeting and I was unable to attend. But Rosemary did go in my place and, brought back a bunch of information. I have not had a chance to make it through all of that, but one of them was on just that. So I'll read that for the next meeting because even the banks are saying that it is becoming more.
okay, so we'll table that to next meeting. Alright. We'll table that till next meeting. Fisher LP Gas.
And this will be good for July 1st through May 31st. This is on this form here, so. And we've always been on an autofill program. Come and refill it whenever it gets low.
Motion that we auto bill with Fisher LP gas for the 2027 year.
I'll second. Any discussion? Take roll call, please, Rose.
Zelinski? Right.
Yes,
Yes, Nelson?
Yes,
motion carries. More mechanical.
Yeah, like I said, they had to go back and get a 5-inch filter for Bendon Hall. And, didn't get the invoice to me today like she was going to, but they did install the filter today. And I would like to go ahead and approve I just moved it out of my way. The $188 for the return service call and the filter, to go ahead and pay them instead of waiting until next month to pay them.
That's your motion.
That's explaining to what I
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
do,
Okay.
in case nobody
Do you
heard
wanna
it.
make a motion?
So I move to approve paying More Mechanical $188 for Bendon Hall when their invoice arrives.
I'll second.
Any discussion? You take roll call, please, Rose.
What was that? Okay, Nelson,
Yes,
Miller, absent, Zelinski.
Yes,
Worth, yes, Sights.
Yes, motion carries. Does anybody have any questions on trustee Nelson's report?
nope.
just that it says July activities was actually June.
Yeah.
So,
I do have just something, it's under zoning and planning collaboration about our PUDs, planned unit developments. The two Inland Oaks and Grace, whatever that one is on, Mill Road. I'm not sure the word is, they're not compliant, but there were issues that Bobby Kraft, when he was supervisor, was going to address, and then he resigned, and they did not get addressed, and now we're starting to have people come in saying, so-and-so is building on an easement that's supposed to be for something else for the PUD, a gathering and stuff like that, so I don't know if that's something that you want to take back to zoning and planning, because I had a phone call that, well, somebody wants to tear down a barn and they need access and they have to go through one of the subdivisions and, you know,
Either they have an easement or they don't. That seems like a zoning
they,
issue.
those two subdivisions got foreclosed. And so the contractor who built them dropped the ball on getting the community areas going. You been down to the one on Fewens Road?
I heard that Virginia Circle was never officially bankrupted.
Okay, well, that, I hadn't heard that yet. But the one down, the Maple one down on Fewens Road has a nice gathering place, and that one was all finished. But the other two were never finished, and people are starting to encroach on the common areas that are supposed to be there, because
Well, they
it's,
can't get a building permit on property that's not theirs.
Right.
they might say it's
can't.
theirs because there's,
Well, they have to have a survey to do that.
yeah,
Right.
but one guy wants to build a driveway
So he's trying to get an easement through it.
instead of using the normal driveway, you know? So, I'm just,
Okay.
something to, for
I
the
hear you.
planning
Thank you.
commission to look into,
Yep.
that's all.
Does anybody have any questions on the planning commission?
No.
Does anybody have anything on the commissioner report? Does anybody have anything zoning administrator? Or anybody for the fire chief?
Nope.
No? Okay. And supervisor report. Any questions?
Oh, yeah, we found a lot wrong.
Okay. Any other business to come before the board?
I would just like to ask a question regarding the, the bills that we approved, unpaid bills. And this is just, I mean, I could probably just ask Rose, but I figured we would, I was curious to, when I spoke and set up the wood chips for Superior ground cover, they specifically stated that they don't accept checks. They only accept ACH and credit card payments. And I believe their invoice stated that. It just came to my mind, so I'm sorry. So
Okay.
we approved this payment already, so I just wondering if we should communicate with them before we send that check out.
What's the name of the company?
Superior ground cover. I don't know if they're, I mean, it was clearly,
Oh, that was a prepaid.
we didn't pay for that.
We paid for half of it. They wanted half up front, and they wouldn't do it.
You sent them a check for half?
You signed it.
I probably did.
Yeah, and I highlighted half down.
I honestly don't remember doing that. Okay, so as long as then they must be good with it. Cause it was clearly on their application to work with them and it was in all their paperwork and on the thing they emailed me. That's all they accepted. So I just wanted to make sure we were good.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other business?
Wait a minute, if we already paid half, it shouldn't be this much.
You're looking at I didn't pay them on unpaids.
I'm looking at the paper you gave us tonight.
Paper I gave you tonight.
It's $9,800, that's the total cost.
That is the prepaids.
Okay, but you still then.
Still wrote $9,800, didn't I, instead of that?
Right, so then I didn't sign a check for 4,000.
No, you didn't, you signed it for 9,800, so I will pull that up and I will call them tomorrow.
Okay, I just wanna make sure that they're good with that, 'cause I don't wanna make them wait.
Right.
They did do a really
Right,
nice job.
and they finished it
Right.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I
it
think
just
that
popped
might be
into my
why I
head.
paid them the whole thing, is because they finished it.
Hard to keep all those numbers straight, just so you know.
But if I made an error, I will.
No, it's totally fine. I just was gonna say, can we not send the check and I'll just call and ACH it, but if you already sent it, that's fine.
Any other business? Okay. 7-Eleven. Any person wishing to address the board may do so once per public comment period. Comments are limited to 3 minutes and shall be addressed to the chair and not individual board members or others in the audience. This is a comment input option. Board is not required to comment or respond to presenters. Silence or non-response from the board should not be interpreted as disinterest or disagreement by the board. Does anybody have?
Just Alan McCullough, 20359 Douglas Road. Is the thing working? The speaker and the sound? Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, it started off, not working and I received a text message. That's why during that first public comment, I went in there and made sure
It's,
but yes,
thank you. It's recording then.
yeah, it's on YouTube and I've already checked it while we were down
That's
there.
it.
Okay. Any other public comment? Public comment is closed at 7:12. Anybody have any announcements? I just have one that they're going to start, where I put it, but, they're gonna start moving south on 720. With road construction, will be 1 lane through here. So,
Oh, I have one.
Okay.
I've got positive feedback that the door is actually open now, abandoned, thank you.
yes,
So you didn't tell me you went over there, so I heard from other people, but thank
okay,
you.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, just replace the one lock and then the back door, put a long screw in it to pull the door over and, should be good now,
Perfect.
so.
Speaking of
Yes.
doors, don't ask Rosemary, and I have no idea how this happened. The door was locked. She came in and she couldn't get her thingy to work, so I went and I opened the door and she did her thing. This was on Friday. And she left and I'm sitting there doing stuff and somebody walks in the door. Somehow, when she did it, somehow it took her phone and unlocked the door.
She must have had her phone too close.
I
I did
don't
pull
know.
up reports to see there's no, and I did check, so, cause she called me in a panic and,
I was, and I couldn't
that's what she said.
close
So-
it, I couldn't lock it. And I was like, what?
So they had to have been in the passage mode and she must have just been too close and it actually worked well at that time. Normally,
See, I
I-
never have a problem.
well, it might be, I just got a new phone and I still have a problem. And I don't have as many problems, but mine phone will often tell me when I go to use the app and do the passage mode on it, will often tell me that our Wi-Fi here
Oh.
isn't good enough.
Really?
And that's the report I'll get. So I was gonna give it some more time and test that and then maybe suggest that we go back to Spectrum.
We had
because I-
problems with
because
that,
this,
We've always
this
had
Wi-Fi
trouble. It's the
is
building.
not, yeah, isn't, I think is probably part of the issue with the phones.
Any other announcements?
No, I just let you know that
Okay.
the door doesn't lock on somebody else's bed.
Does anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Time.
We are 7:14.
Good meeting, Mr. Zeitz.
Thank you.